whether as a woman I'm good enough for this job, whether after marriage I'm good enough to work, whether after having a baby I'm good enough to work. But if you have a women leader who has made it work, then you have the role model. Okay, it is possible. If she can do it, probably I can also do it. And I do remember having this thought when I had my baby and I joined back work after maternity leave. I was frankly, being the feminist I am, I was frankly in two thoughts whether I should be joining work or not. And then I looked around and I saw all my female colleagues going through almost the same phase of life, all of them having the same doubts. And I decided for myself, I want to make this life easier for them. I will join the workforce, stay in the workforce, despite all the difficulties I face at home, at work, having a baby and having a job, because I want to change the mindset that motherhood and employment cannot coexist and make it easier for myself and my colleagues, as well as for my daughter. What does more women mean at home? The image is very clear. Often women, I know my colleagues as well as myself, often there is so much internalized patriarchy. Women believe that they have to cook the meals, they have to do all the household chores, the cleaning, teach the kids, send them to school, and take care of their education, all of it, and also go for employment. And what do you think a little girl who sees her mother doing all the household chores and doing all the work at home, and then going to job and coming back from home and doing a repeat of the same thing, what does a little girl think? She thinks it's all mom's job. What does a little boy think? He thinks it's all a woman's job. And that, I believe, is where we should make the real difference. And that difference does not come easily. That difference comes only when women stays in employment. I want to share a small anecdote which anyone can relate to, any women in employment can relate to. There was one day at home, at office, when I had to go to office, I could not take leave. My husband chipped in. He said he will take care of the baby. I had my doubts. She was only 6 months old. I wasn't sure if he will be able to do the job. He had his doubts. He was being first-time father. I went to work. I came back. He was fine. The baby was fine. And I was more than fine. Everything was fine. And it happened because I was at a position at work where I had to go to office and not stay at home. And therefore, my husband had to share the parenting duties of his own child with me. This real change will come only when women stay in employment and not just at the junior levels. It is okay for women to stay in employment. It is okay and admirable for women to aspire and excel in employment. And it is only when they do aspire and excel in employment that the real change in our homes and workplaces take place. With the COVID-19 scenario and the global pandemic, the multiple tasks which is held by women all over, at all walks of life, all over the world, is more than evident. This is not an occasion for you to step back, but this is an occasion for women to raise our children differently so that the patriarchy ends. Feminism is the belief that men and women are socially and politically and culturally equal. Feminism is a unified nomenclature for a very diverse set of thoughts. My story I shared here today only to emphasize that some days are hard and some days are easy. But I live with the awareness that my actions matter in creating a brand new world. I have seen that happen. Just one person in just 10 years, how my office and my home has transformed by the fact that I have stayed in employment. And if there are more of us, many of us at the leadership positions, there is only hope that our future will be bright. And this is the message I want to convey to every one of you. You are important. Your actions affect the world around you. Let's promise today to take positive, affirmative actions towards beating patriarchy by being a leader who aspire and excel in creating a brand new world. Let our legacy be a gender-neutral world. Thank you.
Thank you, dear Ms. Neetu. Thank you so much for those empowering words. Really, we can relate to it very much because working women, career women, having all the burdens at home, or to carry on with our responsibilities efficiently. That was really an enlightening one, an empowering one. Thank you so much. Now we have Dr.
Please, video. Yeah.
Sister,
Okay.
the net is a bit slow.
Okay,
that's
please. Madhumita is ready. Please speak.
Now we have Dr. Madhumita Gomati Nayagam. We are really happy and proud to have you here, India's first transgender HR professional with so many post-graduations, 16 plus post-graduations. It's really inspiring to have you amidst us. Dr. Madhumita, I cordially invite you for the next session.
Welcome, Madhumita. Ma'am, please unmute. Okay.
A fantastic and fabulous Women's Day to everyone, to all the empowered women here and young, adolescent, just being women, just being a fullest adult women, and for all types of women, including senior citizens and trans women like us. It's no more the day of sexuality being considered as a wrongly gender, and this new age, this new information communication technology age speaks about variety of women. But the commonality which binds us is the womanhood which we carry in our heart. So thanks to men who empower women in all possible places, in all possible opportunities, and for the inclusive space which the men shares with women like us. So they also needs to be celebrated today. They also needs to be appreciated today for all the inclusive space which they've given to us. So I really appreciate them also, because my life is also very different, of course, with all you empowered women, but yeah, equally with empowering men also. Yeah, we do have decent, brilliant, inclusive men also around us. Yeah, so it's a very superb day, I would say. It's very a memorable day for us. But I would humbly request everyone not to celebrate only this day, but this Women's Day needs to be celebrated all these 365 days. Every day, the moment we woke up, you need to feel that proudness, and you need to feel that you are a special creature of this nature. None the physical organs are almost the same, except few, that too for biological reason. The rest, the soul remains the same. Your passion, your education, intelligence, opportunities, most are all equally available for you. But which blocks us, which stops us, which hinders us, which block our opportunity, which blocks our ways, are mostly or not outside, not by men, not by few nasty, that 5% negative women, which I always tell, 95 good women, good men, and 5% nasty men who do abusal, harassment, grab our opportunity, right? Dirty guys. That's just 5%, I'll tell you. Yeah. So those people creating a nonsense scene, unsafe environment for women, all are there, of course. Yeah. And non-inclusive men don't like women to take opportunity, especially at lead level, especially at leadership level. Yeah, they don't want women to take part of it, and they don't even respect women. Throw those useless men out of your mind and just look at the world as full of opportunities for you. The most of the limitations which I see with young women, I could even see 3 colleges being tagged. So most of you should be like very young women, college pursuing women also. So most of the stuff which I found is the internal blockage which we carry as a baggage to ourselves. Someone sometime in the life would have told you that you're not brilliant, that you're not intelligent, that you're not knowledgeful. Some baggage, some negative vibes which have been shared by you keep traveling into you for a very long time without any reason. And that person is not even qualified or a very competent person to even assess and tell you that you're incompetent, that you're incapable. But we take those stances, those sentences, and then we keep on retreating in our heart that I'm less, I'm incompetent, I'm not equal to a man. This vibes get into your inner consciousness, inner mind, and then set back the limitations in you. I think most of the young women are being really attacked by their own thoughts of limitations. You need to literally break all those blockages, baggages which you carry all the way till maybe very young women should be 20s or teens, I believe. All of us, I'll request you to break everything. Past is always the past. Yesterday is also the past. Let's start this 2021 Women's Day with a very fresh new look inside, not outside. Today we beautify ourselves, we look very good, and then we take it forward. Most of the medias and everyone celebrate today. But have this conscious in mind, you deserve to be celebrated all 365 days because you are the creator of this manhood. No one can be able to create, not animal kingdom will come and create human cubs, human babies, right? You only has that capacity to do it. You're the first teacher of a man. Maybe the so-called intelligent, maybe awarded the brilliant, right? But the first teacher, the mother, the woman. She might be educated, she might be illiterate, she might never been to school. That's not a different story. The first language teacher, she might not even know to speak a good English. She might know only to speak Kannada or only to speak Malayalam for the kid. But still, she is the most brilliant woman in the world because that brilliant child got that capacity, the foundation from that so-called illiterate women, the mother, the role of a mother. So he should not forget it. If he forgets, it's fine. But we should not forget it. We should take that pride. We need to walk with the collar uplifted. And we need to proudly say that I'm the creator. I'm the nurturer. I'm the person who grooms. We need to take that pride. And tell me, girls, I believe nearly 250 plus girls are here. Tell me, how many people have wished your mom, your sister, your elder sister, younger sister, your grannies in your home, or people who live opposite to you, above you in your apartments? How many wished Women's Day to them? Very rare question which I asked in the morning for a university. Hardly 5% also has not wished them. People are very busy in their mobiles, wishing. People who have not even met and been in social medias like Facebook, sharing beautiful shared messages, someone typed messages, yeah, and not even took a time to see the beautiful face of their own mom, their own sisters, their own child, to wish them the great Women's Day. So the problem is not most outside, the problem is most inside. So this day, I will say, is to correct, repair inside, and take full Josh, fullest power inside, and you can able to be open for all the stuffs which is available, the universal energy, the opportunities to come to you, and you need to take the lead. You need to move forward, and you need to
Madhumita, ma'am, will you please speak little loudly?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes. So remove all the blockages.
Little more louder.
Little more. Is it okay?
Yes.
Yes. So that makes the self-empowerment and the empowerment for others. Especially if you're able to see in our transgender community, though the father or the mother, both the parents or the whole family is being thrown out, but the transgender community welcome them. Not even ask which religion you belongs to, which region you belongs to, which caste you belongs to. Right? Just see them as transgender women, and then start them to educate, create awareness, and support their livelihood. And now of late, people have started taking competitive examinations, equally compete with men, yeah, and then coexist with men and take better opportunities. They are first doctors, first lawyers, first MLAs, first mayors, and first HR, right? How we took that courage, helping each other, each transgender women. The same applies to you. You women needs to take that initiative of helping at least one woman who knows you better, or you knows her better. Take one woman and empower them. You need to educate them. You need to fulfill their lack of awareness. You start that by empowering, enriching other women. We enrich ourselves. That's a secret. That's a very great secret, I tell you. You need to first flourish, fill your tank, and then start filling others. By this, we get more energy. The universe fill you with more energy, and you will have a self-pride. You will develop self-respect for yourself as a young woman. Maybe for education, maybe for awareness, maybe for safety. She wants to go somewhere. She wants to go to a educational tour. She don't have money. You have money, or you can able to put it through some crowdfunding and then pick her money, give her money and take along with her. She wants to travel somewhere out of districts or somewhere in Kerala. You can able to take her opportunity and then take her, go along with her. Somewhere in the interview, she wants to travel a long time. She don't have a parents permitted to it. Just hold her hands and I'm there for you, and I'll take you. We both will go for the interview, and you will take up the interview outside. We both will come back safe. Somewhere you need to empower the other women. Ask yourself, not even ask that how many men you benefited, right? There is a common pool. Men is a common pool. Gone are the days, ages, in Tamil we say Sangha Kalam, right? Middle ages, where women used to dominate. Women used to be empowered. Women used to take the lead roles. Men will be dominant, obeying, something like a queen bee. Yeah. Now it's all reverse, and then again the chakra restarted. We need to reboot the chakra. If not, the chakra doesn't revolve. We will revolve. We will take the initiative to roll it the other way. It's time for the history to repeat. Again, we take back the same role of leadership, lead roles everywhere. Unfortunately, the rules which provides for corporate I'm also a corporate woman. But then the base level, sometimes the middle level gets filled up by women, but not the top-notch leadership or a supervisory role or a lead level board of directors role. Still vacant. Still, I used to ask question: why? What stops women to, take that great roles? What's bothering? Are we less than them? No. Sometimes child rearing, yeah, the mother role. We need to wait for a child to get grown really 3 years. But what bothers next? That many says the second child. No, stop it. Stop the desire. Have only one child, and then move forward. Reboot the career. Start from the basis also fine, but never drop it. You need to keep moving. Movements is your beauty. Movements is your power. You need to move forward. You can crawl also. Move forward. Lean forward at least. You can't even do anything. Think that things are going to change and you can able to really make it. Never give up. You're so much capable. You might be less in your scores, university mark cards. It's okay. Something beyond that is going to come. And you might be non-sports liking person. You need not be an outdoor person who go and get cups and medals in sports. It's okay. You can be an indoor girl also. That is also okay. You're outdoor girl. That is also good. You can be able to go anywhere and take it forward. Any personality modalities you belong, praise yourself. That capability and that modality you have with yourself. Take that. Find which comes to you, which is your hidden talent. Tap it out. This college time is a beautiful time. Say 3 years under graduation, or 4 years your engineering graduation, or 2 years of your post graduation. It's a beautiful time for you to check inside what real capabilities you have inside, which you're able to put it out, which your teachers missed outside, which this 20 years, 2 decades of your life, your parents have missed outside, non-recognition of your super talent. Just bring it out. Be shameless in exhibiting your talent. First attempt it, fail it, it is okay. You nastily feel that talent is not yours, drop it and then move others. Knock the other door. Keep the knocking other door. It may be dance, it may be writing, it may be speech, it may be presenting, whatever you call it. Pick that talent, that innate talent, that creates. Men do it alone. We also can do it alone. Yeah, men do it alone. We also can do it alone. Men doesn't say I need a woman, but why women needs to say that we need a man? Yeah, most of the empowered grandchildren, if you say, they're all unmarried, right? So this conscious also needs to go. I need a man. I need to get married. I need my father. I need my brother. I need to get dropped. I need for travel somewhere. I need safety modalities is different decision, different call. But seeking even like able to see young girls in schools or in colleges waiting for a few more girls to tap up their hands to go to a toilet also. From one block to another, a computer science lab to their own college, they will hold few people's hands and then safely, with a safe consciousness, they walk and then they go. I said, like, what's going to hit you inside a campus, which is a surveillance camera installed, and there is a special person just demonstrating and watching everyone, right? But still, within the campus also, I could be able to feel that safety and, I could be able to see the empowerment missing, the comfort missing inside. That's what I say, break all the packages. Yesterday is yesterday. Yesterday is gone. Whatever happened negative or anything unsafe happened yesterday, tell your conscious it will not happen. And I have made all provisions for it and move forward. One interview you fail, it's okay, attempt another. One opportunity you seek, you fail literally, you have a nasty score, it is okay. One initiative you took without any claps you down the stage is okay. Climb the next ladder. Climb the next status. this mental blockage of women, young women especially, it hinders them, it blocks them, it's make them stand still. I think if this is broken, every day seems to be very special, every day is being celebrated, then you will keep on attempting on new issues. You start taking more things as challenge. Tell your inner conscience only challenge, you can face it. It's not a trouble. It's not permanent. Yeah, as I think these kind of initiatives, if you roll it out in your mind, make your mind open for all the challenges to come, and you feel the inner self is so powerful that you can able to take a lot of stuffs, then you really make more of yourself. You're not less, you're more. When you do it, you will feel it. You speak about it, you forget and go. When you do it, the inner self which is listening to you, inner self which is seeing you, the inner self which is watching you, accept it, and it raises its bars. The women around you see you as a role model. They also join hands with you, collaborate you, and then you both can able to cross that border. You both can able to coexist and stand against that evil which is around you, which you need to combat in your college campus now, outside, bypass, and then move forward. So my message this Women's Day is to see the world full of opportunities. Only for you, women. It's only for you. You need to really rock. It's a beautiful time. A time of, we speak about empowerment and men celebrating Women's Day, making all arrangements in many colleges. Last couple of days been visiting a lot of organizations where both of gender exist. You could able to see men going here and around and picking up things and organizing all Women's Day. Women just come like an angel on that day. I feel so happy that they also want to share that space with women. Yeah, there are excellent good women. They need to see that role clarity, to what extent I can be with them physically, mentally, emotionally, fix that protocols, just keep him in that distance and use him as a friend, peer, colleague, neighbor, resource person, trainer, mentor, whatever relations it could be. Role clarity is there. Still we can able to work with other gender, the so-called gender called men. We men. So you need to have it that in mind. We are also men only. Yeah. So have that in mind. Be brave and move forward. Moving forward is the mantra which you need to ask. Beyond yesterday, today you are moving somewhere positive. You took some initiative, you filled a form, you attempt to study something, you attempt to exhibit your skill, something, you taught something to a woman at least. You made someone laugh. You made yourself crazy, and then you become a joker or a clown to make a wiping or a crying women to laugh. Yeah, that's success. You build, it's nothing but you building a rapport with that woman. That way we keep good rapport with our women, like existing women, and then we create a friendly environment. Together we can able to move forward. Don't worry about anything. Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Miss Manju? Okay. See, we have the question answer session now. Okay. Miss Manju?
Anybody who is having questions can ask now.
I have received a few questions here. I have received a few messages. So before that, will you please switch on your video so that we can have a photo of everyone? Please switch on the video. All of you, please switch on the video so that we can take a photo. Thank you. Please. Yes. Yeah, more people are. Yes. Very good. Thank you. Please. Yes. Yes. Go ahead. We'll take these photos. Yes. Please switch on the video so that we can, students, please Nice to see your young face. Teachers, thank you. Please switch on the video. We'll take a screenshot. Meanwhile, you can also put your questions in the chat box. Yes, please. Yes, switch on the video. All of you in the video mode so that we can see each other. Yes, students of St. Joseph's and Angamali and many other colleges are here. Good. Yes, please switch on the video. Yes, meanwhile, you can also ask your questions in the chat box. Yes. There are few questions that I received. The first question is to Miss Lida Jacob. Miss Lida? Yes. Can you hear me, Miss Lida? Will you please unmute yourself? Yes. The first question is, do you see any changes as a senior leader? Do you see any changes that has happened for the women over the years? And there is also one more question. What are the areas that you think where change is required most? Madam, will you please share, Ms. Lida?
Hello? Yes. The host needs to unmute us, before we can speak. Okay. The first question is regarding, do you see any change? Second is, which are the areas in which change is needed? Now, do you see changes? Certainly, I see a lot of changes. There are far more numbers of women in the civil services, IAS, IPS, in the IRS, IFS. A lot of more women have come into this. And I find that these women are becoming role models for others. Earlier, when I was in service, there were so few of us. And the worst backhanded compliment I could get, and I was quite annoyed. People say, oh, she's so smart. She's just like men. I said, please don't say that. I am better than men. So, this is the type of, but now it's changed. Our women, young women have become role models. They are changed. As it is, we have enough number of teachers, women. We have number of doctors in the health sector. But in the administration, we need in the corporate world. I think that is very, very important. This is one area where we need to bring more and more professionals. The corporate world is now the growing, booming sort of area. While the government is coming down, while you have the private sector is growing, and we need to get more and more women into that. Two of our speakers, the last one who spoke a while ago, Madhumita, and before that, Neetu, spoke about the various constraints. Definitely, they have to come out of that. And women, when they go through childbirth, when they bring up children, they are not doing it just for their families. They are doing a service to society. So the society and the government should realize that. And that child care should be the responsibility not only of the family, primarily it is that of the husband and the wife and the family members. It's also necessary the government provides a very good childcare facilities. There is enough flexible work time for women. Now, thanks to this COVID, one thing has happened. Everybody is now working from home. Unfortunately, it is a woman who is working double. Earlier, she does a quick cooking and then the house is free. She goes out to work, comes back. Now, she is working all the time and cooking all the time, cleaning all the time. So that has to change. I think at least young women listening to me, please, when you have home families of your own, teach your husband, teach your children to do housework. I have two boys. My sons are all grown up and they are married. They, right from when I started working, without my telling them, they started to help in the house. And they grew up doing housework. And they are very good in their families. I think you become a better person when you start cleaning the dishes. It's a therapy. There's a therapy in cleaning dishes. There is a therapy in sweeping the house. Let the men share it and enjoy that too. Changes are required, as I said, in the corporate field. Changes are required in the religious field, where women should not be just kept as a bhaktas. They are not bhakta sangana. They are also active participants in religious ceremonies, in the rituals. Let us find space for them. Politics, we are all talking politics this time. Now parties are talking about, political parties are talking about women, but they don't find enough women. My dear young women, you become the leaders for tomorrow. Let them come and pick you up from St. Joseph's Alappuzha, from Morning Star, from all our colleges. We want women. And come out as smart women who can lead others. Start from Grama Panchayat and be Panchayat members and presidents. Become block presidents. Become Jilla Panchayat president. Become MLAs. Become MPs. Start working in organizations. I want our young women to work in NGOs, work in service sector, help others, and you come up the ladder. You come up by that. So we need, as I said, the changes are required in all areas: social, political, religious, financial. We don't understand much of finance. To learn more of finance, how to manage budgets, how to read budgets, how to understand money, manage money. So these are areas where we need to change our own mindset and also get into new fields. And change is coming, but we need to change our mindset first. So at least the next generation doesn't think, oh, this is all mummy's work. This is daddy does only reading the newspaper and ordering people around. No. So let us change that. And we will start. We will make the change. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. There are two questions for Neetu. One is from Jamila, from I don't know which college, one Jamila and another from Maria. Jamila is asking, Neetu, can you define what is feminism? The second question is from Maria. Maria is telling, see, married life in this world, we find that working women are finding very difficult to work. From your story and from other story, we realize marriage, because we have seen in the world from our own families, that is what she's telling. Married life and working is very difficult. Work is very important. Better to remain unmarried. That is better option, and that is the present trend today. What do you say about it? Question is to Neetu.
On the first question,
feminism.
Feminism is about social and political and cultural equality of men and women. It is not about putting down men. It is not about running away from work. It is not about not raising kids. It is about the social and political equality of men and women. There are different expressions for feminism. There's a whole set of thoughts, philosophical and legal, accompanied with feminism. Within the bracket of feminists, there are radical feminists, there are liberal feminists. You can be anyone. You can have different ways in which you would want to achieve feminism. But whatever that may be, as long as you believe that men and women are socially, politically, and culturally equal, you are a feminist. The second question.
Yeah, the
second question which was asked was, we have our jobs and we have family life. What about not being married? Is that an option? Men never faced that question. They never asked whether they have to choose between work and marriage. They have work and they do have marriage too. They do have kids and they still work. This question comes only to women. And I think that is what fundamentally has to change. If a woman chooses to be married and chooses to work and excel at workplace, why is that option not available to her? According to me, that is because of the patriarchy which is in our society. Women, young girls who join the workforce are constantly confronted with the impossible options of having to choose between married life and a domestic life. And I think that is not a choice any boy who joins the workforce ever has to make. It's a choice which is given only to women, and that is what is fundamentally wrong. So if you want to change that fundamental wrong and that fundamental aspects of patriarchy, you do not change it by giving into it. You change it by going against the tide. I feel one of the ways to change the patriarchy would be to do it all. People ask, how can you have it all? What is wrong with having it all? Men have it all the time. They have work, they have fun, they have children, they have married life. If men and women share their domestic chores and childcare responsibilities, parenting becomes more equal, elderly care becomes a more equal task, then probably it is possible for everyone to have everything. It doesn't have to be a choice between work and marriage. It can be both. That's what I feel. Thank you.
Thank you.
Another question is from Sherin Joy and another person. The first is, when a girl expresses something, the parents themselves oppose, often consider her as a person who is seeking for freedom. And so she finds difficult to go against the patriarchy. From home itself, the girls have to face this. The same question, similar question is come from another person. Women has to stand alone often. When she want to do something, she's alone. How can you answer for these? How can you comment for these? Anyone, any of the resource persons can comment. Ms. Lida Jacob?
Yeah. Okay. So it's a very interesting question. But unfortunately, parents, despite education, despite having educated mothers, even postgraduate mothers, they still think that girls are fragile. They need to be protected. They cannot, if they drop, they will break, you know. So, and they have to be protected all the time. The men also think so, that they are very delicate. But actually, women are very strong. And if being generous to our parents, we think that they want to protect their child, their daughter especially, because of their difficult situation outside the house. There is no guarantee of security for the girls traveling outside, moving outside a little late in the evenings, going to lonely places. Even in public spaces, they are not safe. Well, that is a big problem which governments and the public together should address. The government has put up a lot of mechanisms for protection of women. We have the women helpline, we have the women police, we have the various cells in the police which rush to the help of women and distress call numbers, etc. But still, women don't feel safe. Now, that is a major problem with our society and the governance. Both are responsible. Our people, our society members of society are responsible for the insecurity that our girls and parents feel. But along with that, government has to bring in strong mechanisms. We have laws, we have police, we have women police. Unfortunately, when a person breaks the law, you sort of tease a girl or try to manhandle her or try to kidnap her or things like that, the punishment comes so late. Very often, by the time the case is over, that girl is already married and she doesn't want to the court and doesn't want to go to the court. She doesn't want to give any evidence against her the accused person, etc. So it is justice delayed is justice denied, and more particularly so in cases of violence against women. So that is one major problem where, and we cannot blame the parents fully for not allowing their daughters to go out and all those things. So, but freedom of expression, that I think it's high time our children stood up for themselves, and I don't think the present day parents will succeed if they try to curb the freedom of expression of the children. They are in school also. They speak out. They have access to media, social media. They know that they can speak out. And parents also are learning that it is not right to keep curbing the freedom of the children when they want to speak out. And it is necessary that our homes create a proper environment for children to speak out and get necessary guidance. And another point is regarding women have to stand alone when you need to take a stand. You're very right. Sometimes in society, when you want to take a stand, nobody stands with you. So I remember once in a bus, somebody tried to touch me improperly. I reacted violently, but all the women there just looked on. And one woman even said, by doing all this, you are delaying the bus. Can you imagine? That's quite a long time ago, but still. Whenever you try to take a stand, women are alone. That is true. But I think it is changing. Most of our girls, our young women, are learning to express their views. They're learning to stand for justice. And I'm very happy to see that young children, they value fair play and justice, and they want to stand by just causes. I think there is a change is coming. We also have to be willing to stand alone at times when you find that even though you are alone, you can stand for the right alone. That is courage, and that should be encouraged. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I think this is the last question because time is coming up. So the last question is to Madhumita. Ma'am, the question is from Asha. She's asking, very happy to see you as a transgender woman and very empowered person. And she's telling she's very happy to see a person, first transgender HR from India. So her question is, can you share some of the struggles which you faced, but how did you manage to overcome your struggles in this biased world? Can you share? Please unmute. Yes.
Like women, we also face a lot of discrimination. Start from the home, start from our siblings, brothers, sisters, sometimes parents as well, right? And they have the preconceived notion that the yesterday's transgenders been into certain illegal professions, say prostitution, beggary. That's all yesteryears. 2-3 decades ago, they didn't have any opportunity, no empowerment, no education. That's it. That's all past. But still, that coexists in the minds of the parents. Still, sometimes it continues. If they are not aware of the current situation, not aware of the laws, not aware of the initiatives which many state government, like state government of Kerala, did lot of initiatives for education, employment, gender surgery for transgender women, especially the Kochi Metro bags lot of women executives, transgender women executives. So they lack it. Then they also have fear, and then they lose confidence in these children, and then start with improper feeding itself will start. I'll say feeding, and even the caste system get inside this. They feel like most of the suburbs, sub-rural part of people are transgenders has been killed also. Even at this point of time, I'll strongly say there are many trans girls who has been killed because they have exposed themselves during their adolescent time. Still, the empowerment is not reached the interior remote parts of our states of India. So discrimination starts from inside and it percolates to the relatives, and they also say your son is turning to a daughter. Are you going to accept him? Our religion will accept it. Our caste will accept it. Our family pride will go away. Our family will have a generation, will have a shame. He is going to be cursed of the God. You're going to still have him. Then they get chopped up from the home because of relatives' negative inducement. Without the child know the world, it's getting outside and it's feminish, and the child is being abused. It starts from the trans girl child being abused, harassed, sexually abused, overused, misused, or child labor starts, or get trapped into other illegal activities. And then when they wake up, it's again they are getting deceased, they lose their health, they lose their education, and again putting back to normal mainstream jobs because of the legal empowerment. People wants to give job, they lack education, they lack everything. So the society could have a stigma behind, always like a chakra at the back, that transgender women is not on par with born women. They lack all these things. It's all coexisted. But I told myself I'll be different, and I'll follow the path of women who took education, who took awareness, who took participation, who took initiatives, and just ruthlessly follow those empowering women pathway, and I'll be empowered. And I'll stand as a role model for another trans child kid to follow me ruthlessly and take up the stream of education, daily learning. Without learning, I'll not eat also today. It needs to be there. So the learning is a way of my life. Still I learn, still I pursue, still I have a lot of certifications still going on through various channels. Still I say I'm on par with men. So equality doesn't comes to you handy through a Zomato or a Swiggy. It's not like that. You need to take it. You need to just experience it, feel it, and people will follow you. And that style, I took it myself, in spite of all the odds.
Are coming.
Yes.
We will not entertain now. Okay, thank you, Miss. I think it is time. It is time is over.
I'll just take 1 minute for that question for insecurity. I'll just tell girls, if it's in a campus or in your home neighborhood, the complaint system or the reporting system good, it should be there, or you create it or you use it. In Tamil Nadu, we have a Kavalan app. We ask how many girl, child, or a women who have set app which can able to tap police within few minutes. 95% fail to even use that. There are some, I'll not say it's 100% is going to solve your problems, but when government took some initiatives, civil system take some initiatives to do it, they implement it, we don't participate it. We expect nothing will happen, and something happens, and then we think it's waste, it's postmortem work. Don't do it, or take all initiatives that will give you something, that will enlighten you somewhere. Together we can only create a safe environment for women, not individually, not as politicians, because most of them are illiterates. So that brain, beyond that brain, our brains can able to be better. Young girls, as rightly said by IS ma'am, they need to come into politics so that your brain can be applied here. We need to be there in this election, especially your Kerala elections are also up. Still dates are open. Just participate, apply your brain here also. Yeah, than in your corporate easy.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
So over to Reshmi G. She is the Women's Cell Coordinator of Angamali Morningstar College. Reshmi, I invite you to say the vote of thanks. Please unmute, Reshmi. Okay. ഇതൊന്ന് പറയാവോ ഷുജയോട്? Okay, Reshmi.
Good afternoon, everyone. Honorable speakers and my dear participants. We have come to the end of this wonderful webinar. I think we had outstanding speakers and an excellent discussions. All the 3 sessions were very informative. First of all, on behalf of all the organizers and everyone who have gathered here, I would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to Ms. Lida Jacob, Madam, for the thought-provoking presentation. Thank you, ma'am. Next, I extend our sincere gratitude to Advocate Needu James for the informative presentation. Thank you. Next, I extend our sincere thanks to Dr. Madhumita Gomathinayagam for the outstanding presentation. Thank you, ma'am. I extend sincere thanks to all the coordinators and participants. A big thank you to Sister Janet for all the efforts and guidance. I greatly acknowledge you, sister. Once again, thanks to all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks to, I hope all of us enlightened, more and more will be enlightened and enriching others. Thank you very much. It is time. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Thank you, Bhagya. Thank you, Madhumita, Reshmi. Now you can unmute and talk also. No disturbance. Okay. Pushpa Chechi. Hi. Shall I leave? Thank you, ma'am. Shall I leave? I think no, so many of them came. Okay, it's more than enough. Thank you, Neetu. Yours was very good. Thank you, Rosie. Thanks.